All right, let's dive right in. In the crazy world of American real estate, a new proposal from Donald Trump has just sent some serious shockwaves through the market. He's taking aim at the corporate giants that are buying up single-family homes. So today, we're going to break down what this all means, who it really affects, and whether it could actually, work. At the very heart of all this is a really simple, powerful idea. The argument is that homes are for families, not for faceless corporations. And just like that, you've got a classic David versus Goliath story for the American dream. So why is this happening now? Well, it's a direct response to a feeling that's become way too common for so many Americans. That dream of owning a home, it just feels like it's slipping further and further away. And you can see how this is being framed, right? It really taps into that powerful idea of the American dream and paints this picture of a younger generation just being locked out. This isn't just about dollars and cents. It's about a core piece of the American identity. And here's the number that turns that feeling into a pretty harsh reality. The median single-family home now costs over $426,000. For most people, that's not a stepping stone anymore. It's a brick wall. But listen, that sticker price is only half the story. The other half is what it costs to borrow the money. With mortgage rates hovering over 6%, the monthly payments on that $400,000+ home can be absolutely crushing. It just pushes it even further out of reach. Okay, so if that's the problem, what's the proposed solution? Well, it's a direct attack on one of the biggest players in the housing market, corporate buyers. The proposal itself is pretty simple and direct. An immediate ban on these large institutional investors buying up single-family homes. The whole goal is to level the playing field, to give families a fighting chance against these cash-rich corporations. The full statement is a really clear declaration of intent. It's promising immediate action, but it's also throwing down the gauntlet to Congress, saying, hey, let's make this ban permanent. But hold on a second. Who exactly are these large institutional investors? Let's pull back the curtain and see who this ban would actually be targeting. Yeah, we're not talking about your mom-and-pop landlords here. These are massive, Wall Street-backed firms. Think private equity giants and real estate investment trusts, or REITs, that are buying up thousands of homes and turning them into rental properties. And this isn't some vague idea. The proposal specifically calls out some of the biggest names in the game. You've got Invitation Homes, the largest renter of single-family homes in the U.S., right in the crosshairs, along with private equity giants like Blackstone and Apollo. And just to give you an idea of the sheer scale we're dealing with, get this, Blackstone alone owns over 230,000 apartment units. This whole trend of big corporate ownership really took off after the 2008 financial crisis, when these firms just swooped in and bought up foreclosed homes for pennies on the dollar. It just shows you the immense financial power they have in the housing market. Now, when you take a shot at Wall Street, you can probably expect a reaction. And, well, the markets did not disappoint. The response to this was swift and it was decisive. As soon as the news broke, you could almost see investors scrambling to dump stocks in these big corporate landlord companies. The market saw this as a direct threat to their bottom line, and the sell-off was immediate. This chart tells the story in some pretty stark numbers. Invitation Homes, Blackstone, and Apollo all saw their stock prices tumble by 5 to 6%. That's a huge signal that Wall Street is taking this proposal very, very seriously. But, a bold proposal is one thing. Turning it into a policy that actually works is a whole other beast. And this announcement leaves a lot of big questions on the table. Right now, this is more of a headline than it is a detailed plan. The proposal is crystal clear on the what, a ban. But the how, that's a giant question mark. And in the world of policy, the how is everything. And those unanswered questions, those are the real hurdles. I mean, how do you even enforce a ban like this? Who decides what counts as a large investor? And let's be real, in today's political climate, what are the chances of a divided Congress actually passing a law to make this happen? But this story is just getting started. We're expecting to hear more details at the World Economic Forum, and there's already a related bill in the works in the Senate. So this proposal is about to get a lot more real, and probably very soon. So where does that leave us? We're left with this fundamental question. Is this a genuine attempt to reclaim the American dream for everyday families? Or is it a political move that's just a huge policy puzzle, maybe even doomed to fail? The answer is going to shape the future of the American housing market for sure.